We all know that Greece over the last decades has been focusing all its economic development in Athens and Thessaloniki. So it was really depleting year on year the talent from the regions. Now, education is one of the key, maybe even the most critical lever we have to actually change that. So if you have a regional education hub, basically does three things at once. It retains the academic talent in place. It keeps the young people from actually migrating outside the region for their studies. And very importantly, it actually equips those young people with the skills that the local economy needs. So we are big advocates of regional education hubs. Actually, if you count Metropolitan College and ACME together, we have about 30,000 active students at the moment, and they are scattered really across the nation, from Alexandroupoli and Thessaloniki to Larissa, Halkida, Patra, Rhodes, and of course, Crete. So we really see the opportunities in the regional hub. Now, coming to Crete, Crete has had a long history of being a center of academic and research excellence. I mean, I remember my time from being a student 30 years ago, and the University of Crete, the Technical University of Crete, the Foundation for Research and Technology were already producing astonishing work. So there is the legacy and the base. We have been present for 11 years. And we have about 7,000 active students and graduates in Crete. We are very proud employers of local distinguished professionals and academics. 76% of our academic staff at Metropolitan College, the local staff, have a PhD or a postdoc. And we are growing, so we are actually opening up a third campus in the region. So all in all, I would say that Crete for us is the most promising and dynamic regional hub that we have.
Excellent. We hear a lot about skills shortages, acute skills shortages across many sectors, from healthcare to technical industries and so on. So I just want to ask how Alphabet Education is addressing that challenge, these local labor shortages in Crete.
So we have the privilege to actually be able to cover the whole spectrum of post-secondary education, from vocational training up to university studies. And we have those two, let's say, complementary layers that we've talked about. Both those complementary layers have one common denominator, which is educating for the market. So if we take, let's say, the university studies, the Metropolitan College branch, there we basically provide we partner with British public universities to provide postgraduate and undergraduate degrees here locally. And to give you an example, out of the 80 programs that we can provide in our campuses here, the programs that that show the highest demand are programs that have to do with local shortages. So shortages in health care and rehabilitation professionals. So we have physiotherapy, speech therapy, dietetics are the ones that really are growing fast. And then when we go to the vocational training part with ACME, these are 2-year programs. So actually, they have even a faster response to the market needs. So they're, out of the 35 programs that we offer in Crete, the ones that had the highest growth and demand in the last year were the refrigeration and AC technicians and the e-mobility and hybrid technology technicians, again addressing a very specific market shortage in the island. And the way to make sure that we continue to educate for the market is to actually monitor the graduates. So we continuously monitor the graduate career outcomes, and we feed back this data to the program selection we do. We do it every year, and we do it for every regional hub we have separately.
Great. And what about measuring, success rates in terms of your graduates?
So we measure employability outcomes, we measure satisfaction, we measure the time that it takes for the graduates to actually get their job and whether they get the job in the field that they have studied.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about tourism a little bit. I know we've talked a lot about tourism today, but it's a sector that is currently facing very big recruitment challenges. And I know that your group has a very distinct positioning regarding hospitality training. So what are you doing there?
So we're basically fueling the powerhouse, first of all. So we are actually injecting hundreds of highly skilled graduates into the market, not only in Crete. We are actually bringing new courses as well. We are partnering with EHL, which is one of the world-class hospitality providers, and we are providing vocational training courses here. And we also provide upskilling seminars for the active professionals.
Okay. You've often advocated for deeper integration between corporate leaders and educational institutions. So can you share some examples, concrete examples of how that synergy has worked in practice?
Absolutely. So educating for the market, the best way to do it is to actually design the programs with the market leaders. So I'll give you an example, and we do it for many programs in our vocational training branch. I'll give you the example, a very local example. We had Dr. Andreadis here with us earlier. Mm-hmm. So we actually launched a very innovative program with Sunny Ecos and ACME in 2023. We called it Hospitality Forward, and basically it promised employability from day one. So you get a new student who wants to study gastronomy, mm-hmm. Enters the course, and they get additional specialized training, paid internship, and a guaranteed employability contract from day one. So then we are reaching 1,000 of those graduates that we are actually the network of Sunny Ecos is absorbing. So I think this is really the definition of a productive and direct pipeline from the classroom to the industry.
Indeed. A very pertinent one for today. So the final question for you really is about changes in both the global student market, because there's a lot of things changing there in terms of where students want to study and what they want to study and so on. At the same time, that's coincided with very big changes in Greece itself, with the education reforms, and in particular, now the private universities and foreign universities. So the whole regulatory framework has changed. So how do you see the opportunity now for Greece and in this regard, with this opening up, if you like, and in particular for Crete? How is Crete mm-hmm. positioned?
So I think the time to act is now for Greece. The geopolitical setup is actually helping us, because areas like Canada, the US, the UK are restricting their student visa requirements. So Europe is becoming again a bit more attractive for international students. And many European countries are actually taking up the opportunity. Not the traditional ones like Spain and Italy, but Germany, Poland, Hungary. Cyprus is a great example, having it done. It's done it very, very successfully. So, but we are lacking still the regulatory framework. Mm. So we really need to fix the way, to streamline the way we provide student visas. We need to fix a framework for the work placement of students. So, and once we have that, then we can play on equal terms. Now, if we have that, we have everything else. The demand is there. I was looking at some statistics from CIE. We're partnering with them. They are the biggest study abroad provider mm-hmm. Of US students. Greece has moved from position 20 to position 8 in terms of preference for US students for study abroad.
Since when? In what period?
So from 2019 to 2023. Okay. And this year, the latest data is moving it to position number 4. Okay. So the demand is there. We have the research and academic excellence, and we have also British degrees offered here. So Metropolitan College is the biggest provider of British transnational education, not in Greece, but in Europe.
Oh, wow.
And we are actually providing those courses here in Crete locally. So if you put everything together, Crete can really be one of the first truly international student hubs.
Well, thank you very much, Christina. I think we've covered all the main questions very well within the time. Thank you so much for being with us.